Hi, Ellen. The first thing that I want to say is that I think you are absolutely unbelievably incredible. And I love your show, and I've loved it forever. And I love everything that you do, the amount of joy that you bring to people, how you reward those who work hard, and you're selfless and generous and giving. And it's amazing to see all of the people that you find and how you make everyone's dreams come true. It is the most inspiring thing to watch. So thank you for being you and for all that you do. Honestly, we need more people like you in the world. Also, thank you for this opportunity. I have been waiting years for this. I am a massive Jonas Brothers fan. I don't even really know where to begin. I've actually sent you videos before, when you weren't having any sort of open entry for anything. I was just desperately trying to send you videos. I've been a fan of the Jonas Brothers for over 13 years, and they completely flipped my life upside down and changed everything for me. I would not be here without them. I wouldn't be who I am without them. They inspired me in so many ways and in so many aspects, and over so many years, every single day has been impacted by them, and I'm truly not exaggerating. There are a lot of details to the story, but the main thing is that when I first discovered them, I felt like I had nothing. I hated myself. I was really struggling with a lot of super dark things, and I just felt super alone. And there are a lot of things I'm not mentioning, but I've never been in such a scary, lonely, awful place. I've experienced things close to it since then, but there's never been a time where I was that overcome with it. And the day that I discovered them, I was intrigued, which was a little bit rare because I had been so numb and just kind of like a zombie for a while, and I kind of abandoned everything that I used to be interested in. And when I discovered them and learned about their story of all the things that they overcame and where they came from and what they had as a family, and it just really truly woke me up and inspired me and showed me hope, which I hadn't felt. And when I felt like I had nothing, that's when I discovered them, and it kind of pulled me out of what I was stuck in. And then as I kept learning about their story and I heard their music, I just have no words for the impact that it had on me. I swear to you, I would not be here if it wasn't for that. So, sorry. So I have been a fan since that day, every day. I've supported them through absolutely every aspect of all of their careers and everything that they did solo. When they broke up, my world was shattered, but they're still everything to me. Even separately, I accepted, that they had to do what they had to do, and hoped and prayed that they would reunite, but only when it was right for them. And I'm so happy that they're back. I cannot even tell you. So over those 6 years, I actually saved all of my any money that I could save. I put it in a Jonas reunion fund, and because I had tickets to see them in 2013 in October. I had tickets to see them, and they came to Michigan. I saw them when they were in Michigan in the summer, and then they announced another leg of that tour, and I was so excited, but then they announced all their dates and they weren't coming anywhere near me. And so I was like, okay, I have to travel to see them. So I bought tickets to see them in New Jersey, and I live in Michigan, but I was gonna get a bus ticket, and then the terrible things happened, and I was so devastated that little 18-year-old me lost my job because I couldn't stop crying at work. But anyway, I was refunded the money, and what else was I going to do with refunded Jonas Brothers tickets but start a Jonas reunion fund? Because I felt in my heart that I didn't know when or how, but I felt it in my heart that they were going to get back together, and I didn't know how long it was going to take. It took a really long time, and it was sad. But over those 6 years, I kept on, whenever I would get paid, because I got different jobs. I got a different job. And I didn't know, if or when it was going to happen, but anytime I had any, extra, I would try to be diligent and save whatever I could, and I put it in that fund every single paycheck. So over 6 years, I built up kind of a good amount of savings. And in February, when they announced that they were getting back together, I cannot describe to you the joy. They're just such a big part of my life, and they have been for so long. It's been more than half of my life that I've been just so awe-inspired by them in every way. And I just love them so immensely. And I just want the world for them, and it makes me so happy to see them happy and back together. And I actually spent all of the money that I saved to see them as often as I can on this tour that they're on currently. And so I'm like working all my days off so that I can save up different like extra vacation days so that I can see them as much as possible. And every time I see them, it brings me this indescribable joy that I just cannot find words to describe it. They are really, truly everything to me. And I would love to thank them for everything that they've ever done for not only myself, but for so many people that also have found so much inspiration and hope from them. They've changed so many lives, and they do so much good in this world, and they brought me happiness when I had none. So I just feel like I owe them everything, and I've actually been able to meet them. But I'm an idiot, and every time I see them, I just it's so quick because, they've got so many people to meet, and I'm sure it's so overwhelming for them. But, so I go face to face and I just lose everything. I'll say a couple things, but then it's just over in 1 second, and I'm just oh, I failed. So an experience like this is something that I've dreamed about my whole life. Well, the whole 13 years that I've been a fan of theirs, and I feel that it would be such an incredible opportunity to actually be in a setting where I could freely talk with them and let them know that they inspired me and woke me up and changed my life and saved me, truly. And I just would do absolutely anything for an opportunity like that. I also saved everything that I've ever had, Jonas Brothers. It took me 4 years to build the most incredible Jonas Brothers room in the world, or at least I thought I tried to make it the best in the world. And the sole purpose of doing that was actually to get your attention, Ellen. I thought that if I could prove somehow that I was just the biggest fan that a fan could be of the Jonas Brothers, that someday, somehow, I could have an opportunity just like this one that is, I think, being potentially offered. But it didn't end up panning out, and I've had a lot of changes in my life, and we've moved a lot. So I don't have a permanent place right now. So I am not in a place where I live currently, but I did bring a bunch of my stuff. It's not all here, but most of it is here. I have things scattered throughout different places that I've stayed, but right now I have the majority of it in here. And I just want to show you a little bit. This is a shirt that a friend who has a Cricut machine made for me. And then I've got quite a bit of a collection here. Don't be alarmed, there are cardboard cutouts in here. Those are from a lot of years ago. There's one to my left. Say hello, it's Nick. And then we've got a bunch of concert posters. I have a ton of them. They're all over the place. I have so much more than what's here, but this is a good amount of things. We've got DVDs and CDs and movies and notebooks, posters on posters on posters, backpacks, vinyls, calendars, binders, t-shirts, magazines, more cutouts. Just basically anything that I've ever had of theirs. I've never gotten rid of anything. And it's all here. Most of it. It's all still in my possession, just scattered. But yeah, it's a little chaotic. I tried to cover as much of the area as I could without damaging anything. So I don't even live here, but this is the room that I sleep in when I'm here. And so, of course, there is one poster there and one poster there to make it feel a little bit like my old home. But yeah, needless to say, they are my heart and my world, and I really truly would give anything for the opportunity to see them on your show. It's been my dream for so long. I would love to sing with them. That's like the ultimate dream. I've written songs for them, and I would love to play one for them, maybe, or maybe not, if that's weird. I would love to sing backup for them. Or even just to have the opportunity to talk with them or to see them on your show would be beyond anything that I could ever hope for. Thank you so much for all that you do again. I really truly hope that I'm able to someday attend your show. If not this one, hopefully someday in the future. Thank you. You're amazing. I love you. And have a great day.
So to prove to the whole world that my cousin Stephanie is the Jonas Brothers' biggest fan ever. She's crazy about the Jonas Brothers and has been since day one. So Stephanie's the biggest Jonas Brothers fan.
This is Rachel. I'm Stephanie's boss, and she asked us to post a video about how loyal of a fan she is. Stephanie is such a loyal fan. We never hear the end of the Jonas Brothers. I really didn't know that much about the Jonas Brothers before I met Stephanie, and more like in the Beatles era, but she really deserves to win.
I can confidently say that Stephanie is the #1 Jonas Brothers fan. Not only because she's supported the band since the beginning of their career, but also because she's always supported Kevin, Nick, and Joe and anything they've done separately.
I've known Stephanie since we were kids, and I can say that even back then, she was the biggest Jonas Brothers fan ever. I've never met anybody who comes close to her.
Stephanie is without a doubt the biggest Jonas Brothers fan on this planet.
Stephanie Carrick is Jonas Brothers' biggest fans. Oh yeah!
Is the hugest Jonas Brothers fan I have ever met, and that anyone has ever met. She is the #1 Jonas Brothers fan.
Stephanie is the Jonas Brothers' biggest fan, for sure.
My cousin Stephanie is the Jonas Brothers' biggest fan. Yes.
Stephanie is your biggest fan! She is your most loyal fan. Please choose Stephanie for this event. It would mean the world to her. You have no idea.
Stephanie is the Jonas Brothers' biggest fan. There's no competition.
Stephanie is the #1 Jonas Brothers fan in the world. She talks about it all the time, and I've seen her cry when a song comes on, so she's a real deal.
Stephanie is the biggest Jonas Brothers fan there is.
Stephanie is definitely the Jonas Brothers' biggest fan. She drove, I think, like 4.5 hours just to come see Nick perform a concert. So
Stephanie is the Jonas Brothers' biggest fan.
Stephanie is the Jonas Brothers' biggest fan. Not even kidding.
Stephanie is the Jonas Brothers' biggest fan.
Stephanie is the Jonas Brothers' biggest fan ever.
Stephanie is the biggest Jonas Brothers
Stephanie is the biggest Jonas Brothers fan.
Stephanie Carrick is by far the biggest Jonas Brothers fan that you will ever meet.
Stephanie Carrick is the world's biggest Jonas Brothers fan. Please invite her.
Stephanie Carrick is the greatest Jonas fan ever.
Stephanie Carrick is the #1 Jonas Brothers fan.
Stephanie Carrick is the world's biggest Jonas Brothers fan.
Stephanie Carrick is Jonas Brothers' #1 fan. Stephanie Carrick is the Jonas Brothers' #1 fan.
Stephanie is the biggest Jonas Brothers fan I've ever known. I've known that from the day one.
Stephanie is the Jonas Brothers' biggest fan.
Stephanie Carrick is the biggest Jonas Brothers fan in the world. Right, Kenzie? Huh? She is.
This could be us. I've been a fan of the Jonas Brothers for over 13 years, non-stop. It's been completely consistent. No matter what they've done throughout all of their different stages of their careers, solo projects, everything they've been involved with, I've been right there supporting them throughout all of it. And throughout everything in my life over the past 13 years, they've been a part of it as well. No matter where I am or who I'm with, what I'm doing, I'm always talking about them and telling people about how much they inspire me. They have changed my life for the better and been a huge positive influence for me. They've actually gotten me through some of the worst experiences that I've been through and brought my mind out of some of the darkest places that a mind can go, and I will never be able to thank them enough for that. They inspired me to pick music back up and play guitar, which I wouldn't have learned without them. They inspired me to write songs again, and they reawakened a part of me that I thought had died. I actually have this tattoo because they inspired me in my faith as well. Nick has this tattoo as well. It's God is greater than the highs and the lows, and that in itself has brought me through a lot.
Cause this feeling's gonna stay, and you're remarkable.
What can I say? I used to be a little obsessed. You know, a rug or carpet. These are some backpacks that I've collected, and tote bags, and posters that I put on my bed frame. This is my bedspread, pillow, and actually at my new house I have even more stuff, but it's not all here anymore. You got some posters that I've made for various concerts that I've been to. Those are not all of the posters I've ever made. Those are just a very small amount. And then there's some stacked under there, and some got taken away at concerts. Here's my nightstand. Pictures and magazines I've collected, all sorts of stuff. That Yankees hat you might not think is Jonas Brothers, but I bought it because Nick's favorite baseball team is the Yankees. And that's a Road Dogs hat, which is their baseball team. And let's see, we've got some extra pictures, magazines, books, and posters, and notebooks that I didn't have another place for, because you will soon see that I have no space anywhere else for anything. Stickers, games, cards, some concert tickets, more stickers and tattoos and crazy things. Team Jonas stuff, more magazines I've collected, homemade cards from my friends that I love, blinky lights, pins, all sorts of stuff, pillows, hairbrushes, t-shirt, backpacks, more backpacks. And let's see, go over to my desk where no homework is done. Got their TV show, stickers, tour books, watches. It's an autograph I got January 16th, 2010. I didn't meet Nick, but my dad got it for me. That's a shirt from my first ever Jonas Brothers concert. That was December 5th, 2007. It was really a Hannah Montana concert, but, you know, I didn't go for her at all. I went for the Jonas Brothers. More posters on the side of my desk, calendars, pictures, CDs.